You have to think that somebody needs to go to Mount Rushmore and redo it to have all of the presidents, Washington, Roosevelt, Lincoln, all them up there just doing the face palm. Like, oh, Lord. Oh, come on. And the reason why we have this, ladies and gentlemen, is because Trump actually started a political revolution, as I called for it. Whenever I first heard Trump was running, I did a special, 2 shows, why Trump would win and why he would win hands down, which he did. Everybody thought he wouldn't get past the primaries. Everybody thought he wouldn't get past, the debates and this and that and the other. And I flat out told everybody, no, he's going to win. The reason why, the political spectrum has itself to thank for the type of candidates that we are producing. It used to be a day and age where you were elected based upon your actions, your voting history, and what you did for this country.
That's right.
Now, people are being voted in because they've never been in government. Because the one side that both sides of the aisle, left or right or middle, or I identify as they, can understand and agree on is the fact that partisan politics, career politicians do nothing.
That's exactly
nothing.
Right.
I was listening, I had the pleasure down here of either listening to Bible stations or political talk, because they have no music whatsoever. I guess they don't believe in it unless you're down there with your Uncle Sally playing a banjo. But I had the pleasure of tuning into several liberal news networks, talk shows, over the past week. And I forced myself to listen to them. Granted, there were several barf bags included, and what the fuck looks, and me laughing so hard that I almost went off-road. But they mentioned some very solid points, and one of the biggest points is the liberal establishment has zero trust in any sitting congressman or congresswoman, any senatorial candidate, anybody. They have no liberal champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, who do they turn to? You get a green card, you get a green card, you get a green card, you get welfare, you get welfare, you get welfare, Oprah Winfrey. 2020 it's going to be the president, Donald J. Trump. And if he is not your president, then you don't belong in my country.
Amen.
Against Oprah, I think all old white people should dry. Winfrey.
What's going on, Shell?
You know the Disturbed song?
Yeah, which one?
The Sound of Silence.
Oh, of course.
Where it starts out, it's like, hello, darkness, my old friend. Well, I have a new line for the Oprah Winfrey's campaign. Hello, irony, my old friend. Because isn't it ironic that the only champion the left has preaches and screeches and talks about the very stereotype that the left claims that they are not, which is what? Racism against whites and white genocide.
Yep.
Well, John, she only said it was of the old people.
Yeah.
Are you really naive enough to think that she means only old white people?
No.
Because there's no young white Trump supporters, right? No.
I'm a
Not
white
at all.
Trump supporter.
Well, you're not young. No, I'm kidding. But is she naive enough to think that with that kind of a statement, that America, people who are true Americans, be them white, be them Black American, or as they like to call themselves, African American and Hispanic American, Latino American, Chimichanga American, whatever they call themselves, that actually love America and love the people in it and love what the Constitution stands for and loves the fact that we are a republic, not a democracy. A little bit of education for you folks. That loves the fact that we are a capitalist, mostly capitalist economy. Do they actually think that we are going to stand idly by while somebody is elected who wants all old white people dead? Well, I guess I think they will, considering the fact that we had an FBI fugitive run through the last election.
Yeah, instead of giving everybody cars, she might as well. She's going to have a show in a fucking football stadium and do your green card bit. Everybody gets a green card.
Right? You get a Dream Act. You get a Dream Act. You get a Dream Act. And all of a sudden, the entire stadium's going to be surrounded by motherfuckers like me and you. They're going, no. Not going to happen. If she thinks that her political stances are going to usurp President Trump, then she is just as dim-witted as these people who are cop-hating morons. Which that's another segue that I'll use here a little bit later on, because that video just perplexes the shit out of me. But, this is the political spectrum we have. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, you can mark the date, mark the calendar, mark the time, save this link. I am telling you, the presidential race in 2020, Donald J. Trump versus Oprah, the color purple Winfrey.
Not the color purple. Purple can't be racist.
I don't know. Ask Lucky Charms. That bastard's always chasing something. Right? But, if we thought that this last election between Hillary, Billary, whatever the fuck it is, Clinton, and Donald Trump was a racial division, if we thought that election divided this country more so, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's coming. The rude awakening as to what division in this country means is coming. We are not there yet. But, John, we see videos all over Facebook all the time of black people running around kicking the shit out of white people and assaulting them and everything else. Those are isolated incidents. I used to believe just like you. But the one thing I've been doing for over the past year that I haven't been doing radio, I've been a truck driver, or a tow truck driver. Out of the great city of Kansas City, Missouri. I went to Grandview, Raytown, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Kansas City, all over. The predominance of the people that I assisted were black people. Do you know that the predominance of the issues that I had while being a tow driver were either from suburbia black kids trying to act cool because they knew their mommies and daddies had money, or mostly whites in that area? And we're not just talking an isolated selection of maybe a couple hundred calls. Okay, we are talking that in 4-month periods, I did 800 calls every 4 months. Extrapolate that out to a little over a year, almost a year and a half. Those are thousands of calls that I ran. So that is why I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this racial divide that the media and Facebook and the Black Panthers and Black Lives Matter and all this push is not as grand as what everybody thinks. Because you know what? Downtown Kansas City, the majority of black people down there, believe the exact same way we do. You respect me, I'm going to respect you. Period. Working side by side. Even in the ghetto areas. I have more black folks come up to me. What's up, man? Hey, what's cracking? What's crapping? What are you doing? I'm wearing camo at work. I'm wearing steel-toed boots. It's obvious I'm a redneck son of a bitch. They're coming up. They're treating me with respect and everything else, more so than what you would realize. You know, granted, yeah, areas of the country where it's predominant liberal control, yeah, the division's there. I'll tell you that firsthand. Chicago, New York, Connecticut, California. The division is there because they have the liberal numbers and the liberal government numbers to push the ideology. But in the states where they don't have the liberal numbers to do so, guess what? Everybody gets the fuck along. Yep. So no, ladies and gentlemen, nationwide, the racial divide is thinner than what the media and Facebook and both sides of the party aisle push. It really is. But I'm telling you now, when it comes up, Donald J. Trump versus Oprah Winfrey, battle lines are drawn. Sex lines are drawn. You think that it was disgusting watching a bunch of feminazis run around in used vaginal costumes? You ain't seen nothing yet, boy. You know, so yeah, I'm telling everybody, mark it on your calendar. 2020 presidential race will be Donald J. Trump versus Oprah Winfrey, and I am going to tell you now who the winner will be. Donald J. Trump by a landslide. How can I be so confident in this, Brian?
Well, even though neither one of them have any political background, neither one of them have any military background, what should be the fucking go-no-go for a president candidate? Just, you know, I throw my 2 cents in on that. But, you know, she has, kind of like Hillary, she has a lot of these so-called pictures of herself out there, you know, fraternizing, playing with the enemy. Her comments, like, you know, the old white people that just have all this hate and, you know, racism in them just need to die. Well, bitch, you should be in that fucking crowd then. Because you're being a racist just by saying that. You know, it's not just the old white people. I mean, good grief. If it wasn't for us bringing your ass over here, then you wouldn't be flourishing like you were anyway. And that goes for African Americans, the Irish, and everybody else who had family members as slaves back in the day. She doesn't have that value as a president. Not because she's female, not because she's black, because she's an idiot.
Right.
So.
Right, definitely. Well, I actually have a different opinion. It's not going to be because of her platform as to the reason Donald Trump wins. It's not going to be because of anything that the right does, the left does, or anybody in between does. It is going to be 100% flat out the reason why Donald J. Trump will win, and it will be just like the New England Patriots versus the Tennessee Titans. That's how bad of an ass whooping it's going to be, folks, and I'm going to tell you why. It will be because of Donald Trump's running record, and what he has done by the time 2020 comes around that will get him reelected.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I say this? Folks, when have you ever heard of a nationwide company that is a powerhouse, that is supposedly one of the big corporate man-eating, hate-filled, we're all about money and screw the little guy companies? When have you ever heard about one of these nationwide companies coming out and putting out a message nationwide? Walmart is now upping their base hourly pay to $11 an hour. Walmart is